You clicked on this video because you're curious about a good radio for communication when you're off-roading, or you already know what GMRS is and you're curious what radio I actually use. I'm going to show you. I've done a lot of videos on different radios. I'm going to show you the ones that I actually use and carry and recommend to my friends. So I've got two models that I'm going to recommend for you. One is your H3 Plus. Benefits to this one is it's 5 watts. And at the end of this video, I'm going to answer some simple questions like, what the hell is GMRS? If you already know what GMRS is, keep watching. And at the end, if you don't, you'll understand. I'll give you a short synopsis of that. The next one is your H9. Now, this is the new radio that TID Radio just came out with. How much do these cost? Don't quote me on the prices. I'm just giving rough estimates. I might be off by $1 or $2, but you're looking at about $35 for your Plus model here, and you're looking at about $65 for your H9. It's very similar in size to the old H8, which is a ham radio, 10 watts. This is also 10 watts. And this one, like your H3 Plus, is very similar because they both have an unlocked screen. What does that mean? If you're familiar with the hobby, you'll understand that this gives you access to all the frequencies so you can transmit on them. It is not like a Baofeng where it says factory unlock or whatever. It actually gives you a menu so you can choose between GMRS, ham, or open. It is very convenient. It does not erase your previous settings. It is made to do that. And it's very easy to do. You press 2 buttons, you turn it on, and you have access to that menu. Very easy to do. I absolutely love these two radios. H3 Plus, or my old favorite, the H3, which is, they come in all different colors. This clear one's pretty cool because it illuminates. The whole case kind of illuminates. Kind of cool to use at night, but I usually just stick to the black. Now, the new H3 Plus does have a spectrum, just like your H9. What is a spectrum? Well, that's a spectrum. That gives you a visual of a given range of frequencies, and you can actually see when somebody's talking on a certain channel. It'll actually go to that channel, and you can listen to them. And if you want to join into the conversation, you can. So it gives you the ability to find out where everybody is instead of going from channel to channel or doing that old scan feature. So this is more of something that came from the ham world. A lot of your more expensive ham radios would have a spectrum. Well, now that's here on your GMRS radio. What is GMRS good for? Well, GMRS is good for your off-road groups, your hiking groups, and I will go into that at the end of the video for those that don't quite understand that. So why do I pick the H3 Plus? And why do I recommend it to, say, my church security team? These are my church buddies. My church is actually going to spend money on them. It's a church of 700 to 900 people, and I really like the functions of this H3 Plus. It's small. It fits in the back of your pocket. It fits in your hand very well. It's 5 watts, which I've never needed more than 5 watts. This is 10 watts, though. If you need more, you got it. And it's just a very good radio. They're very durable. They have a really good battery life. So unlike our old radios, which were those cheaper FRS ones, the battery would die. You'd have to charge them in between each Sunday. Something like this, you charge them through USB-C, and we'll probably have to charge them every 3 to 4 months. The battery is really good on these. They last me quite a few off-road trips. After my off-road trip, I throw them underneath my seat, and I still have a full battery in some cases, or maybe 1 bar missing. The battery really goes a long way. They're also really good in storage. So for instance, this one has been sitting on my counter over here with all my other radios. Must have been sitting there for about 4 months. I have quite a few of these, and turned it on, I still have a full battery. So they do really good in storage also if you're looking for an emergency radio. This is my H9. Yes, the company did send this to me. I'm incredibly impressed. It has all the functions of a more expensive radio, just like this one, with a larger screen, 10 watts. It's got your GMRS, your ham, and your open function, just like your Plus model down here. and it's fantastic. You're not going to beat these radios at $65 and $35. You're getting a radio that's equivalent to a $200 radio of any other company. This I would pay easily. If they raise the price to $100, I'd spend $100 personally for this one. Would I recommend it to my church group? Well, at $100, I really couldn't. But at $35, I sure can. So thank you very much, TID Radio, for your fantastic prices. Please don't raise them. The links below will take you to their website. You're thinking, well, I'll just buy them on Amazon. You're going to get a much better price from their website, and you're going to get their support. Chinese company or not, you have a problem, you email them, they will respond. They're very responsive. All these improvements that they made on this H3 Plus versus the H3 is because of people like myself. They sent me beta versions. Every recommendation I gave them, they implemented. It is a very awesome company that wants to put forth a product that we want. I really like that. I can fully support this company. All right. I recommend a lot of radios. They're all really good. I do videos on them if I enjoy them, but this is something that I recommend to my friends. If you want to know the best radio that I have used, my personal favorite, H3 Plus, is the one that I typically grab every time. This H9 is going to be my off-road radio. I'm going to clip it in my little, I got a little Molly spot in my little Tacoma, and it's just going to sit there. You don't need an external antenna. This antenna right here will allow you to talk from the front of your group to the back of your group, well over a mile, radio to radio. And both of these have, you can connect to a repeater. A repeater will allow you to talk throughout the entire Los Angeles basin, high desert, all the way to the beach, hundreds of miles if you like. And I have that. I have my own repeater, and it works great. But when I'm on my off-road trips or I'm hiking with my family, I don't need everybody to hear our little chit-chat. So I just do radio to radio. It's like a walkie-talkie for you guys that don't quite understand what I'm saying when I mean radio to radio. Another thing that they have on the website are these little mics, all right? I always recommend this one because it's hardwired for about $15. You're getting something that's incredible in value and quality. This is their new one. This is Bluetooth. It has a magnet, very powerful magnet. You can stick it on your roof of your vehicle or in your Jeep on the roll cage there. Very good. The sound comes out of here just like that one, and the microphone's here, and you talk just like this, and you can forget you even have this. You just stick it someplace in your car and you can rock and roll this little thing. The quality is fantastic. I'm telling you guys, when you get this, the quality of all their stuff is real heavy duty. It's not going to feel like your Baofeng and the cheapness of that. When you pick up a Baofeng and the accessories that come with it, you realize you bought a Chinese radio. When you get these in the mail, you are going to be absolutely surprised with the quality of the product. If you have a problem with it, contact the company. They'll send you a new one. Great company. I can totally back them up. Use my links below. Gives me some credit, so they send me more radios. So they're like, hey, you sold us like 20 radios. They'll send me some more stuff so I can review it for you guys. All right, and that's basically it. So it's the H3 Plus I recommend. Nice and small, fits in your pocket. If you want something a little bit more powerful at 10 watts, again, both of these are GMRS radios and ham and open. So it's 3 radios in one for $35 and $65. The prices might be off by about $2 or $3. I apologize for that. And you're looking at, like, I think these are $10 or something. Bluetooth. It's amazing. You can program these with your cell phone. You can connect to your cell phone. You have access to all kinds of cool things. But this video is not going to dive into that. All right. So the questions that I'm going to get. What the hell is GMRS? And why is this important to me? All right. So GMRS is a way of communicating with one another. We all know what walkie-talkies are. Well, walkie-talkies are limited to 0.5 watts. That's half a watt. All right. GMRS is limited to 5 watts. All right. 10 watts. So 5 watts. 5 watts is a significant bump in power. Also, you have access to higher quality radios. But you're like, my FRS radio costs $25 and this is $35. Like I told you, I'd pay $100 for this radio. I really would. It is a great radio. Fantastic. GMRS requires a license though. No test. The hardest thing about it is going to the government website and navigating those screens. Search it on YouTube. There are plenty of videos walking you through that process. It's I believe it's $35 for 10 years. And the benefit of GMRS over ham and all these other things you've heard about is that you can share these radios with non-radio people, all right? So you can be the geek. You can put it on channel 16, lock this down and hand it to your off-road buddies who could care less about the hobby of radios at all, and we can communicate crystal clear. You can also share this with your family. I can hand one to my daughter, one to my wife, and I can go hiking off and smoke my doobies. Doobies, right? Or whatever you want to do. If you want to split up, there's some safety there. It's pretty cool. So GMRS is very family friendly, very hobby friendly. I love it. Ham is great, but ham, you're like, what's ham? Well, ham gives you access to higher wattage handhelds, higher wattage base stations. You can modify things. You can talk to one repeater, and that repeater is kind of like a cell phone tower. A repeater is up on a 6,000-foot mountain. You communicate with that repeater, and that repeater will contact another repeater. It'll relay it all the way across the country, sometimes all the way across the world. You can talk to Japan on a ham radio. But you can't share that radio with anybody. So you can't take your ham radio and be like, here's my other ham radio, and let's go off-roading. It's not going to work like that. It's a hobby for hobbyists and for emergency use. So great hobby. If you're interested in radios and you really want to geek out, ham is awesome. I got a lot of ham buddies, and they're the ones that actually teach me about radios more than I really care to know about. What I want is reliable communication when I'm off-roading and when I'm backpacking, and GMRS does that for me. All right. So after you get your license, you'll get a little piece of paper with your call sign. You're required, I believe, to announce your call sign every 15 minutes. You don't have to do it after every transmission. There's some basic rules that are easy to follow, so easy that you forget about them. Just be courteous. So you have 22 channels with GMRS, all right? Most of those are radio-to-radio channels, but you also have access to repeater channels. What does that mean? Well, GMRS doesn't use connected repeaters, so you're not going to be talking to Tokyo or, 20 states away. But my repeater, for instance, is on a mountain, which is 6,000 feet up in the air, all right? And I'm in California, and I'm in the foothills, and if I connect to that repeater, I can talk to the high desert, I can talk to the beaches, I can talk to almost all of the Los Angeles basin, minus a few of the valleys that maybe don't have coverage from that one antenna up there. So it does give you access to repeaters. I love my repeater. You can go on the repeater, you can get all kinds of cool information, and every week we get together and we practice, and we say, hey, I'm such and such from so-and-so, I live here, and someone else announces, and you're like, man, this is awesome. I'm talking to people all over Southern California. That's pretty cool. I don't need ham. I really don't. GMRS is pretty cool. But when it comes to off-roading, I just set it up on channel 16. I set up the other ones on channel 16. I put it in my car, and I leave it on, and I utilize my little handheld microphone, and it's crystal clear. The quality is amazing, guys. So check out the links below. I guarantee this is what I recommend to my church. All right, if I'm recommending this to my church, I can recommend it to you. This right here, the H3, is my go-to. I absolutely love it. If you want to step up your game and get something that's the next level up, your H9, okay? Your H9, it's got, and the new H3 Plus has a Spectrum too. The screen's a little bit smaller. So you have your H9 and your H3 Plus, and you can see the menus right here. I mean, not the menus. You can see the screen really good display. A little bit bigger on your H9, and it's a little bit bigger of a radio. I really like the size of this H3, but they're both fantastic. And I'm picking up something here. So it's fun, man. It's really fun. It's cool. It gives you the ability to really communicate with your friends, and it's crystal clear. It's not like your little walkie-talkies that you buy from Walmart. And yeah, check out the links for emergency comms. I highly recommend it. Connect to a repeater. You can talk to everybody in the Southern California region. And if it's radio to radio, you can communicate with your family. A couple blocks away, 3 or 4 blocks in the city, about three or four blocks, through houses, through trees. You know, up in the mountains when you're off-roading, it seems like it goes a little bit farther because you're not going through houses, but you are going around bends and stuff, but it still seems to work really well, and I really like it. So check out those links. Take care. Thumb it up. Subscribe. Here's the first yellow post campsite. Got a little fire ring there, and we're in a burned out area. But ooh, we're about to hit some challenging stuff.